Hi students, let us recall the numbers root 2 and root 3 shown on a number line are not rational numbers, means they are irrational numbers. Why they are irrational number? You know that the decimal representation of these numbers are non-terminating, non-recurring. So these numbers are irrational numbers. Now, how to show the numbers on number line? Look here, they showed the number line. They had taken the points 0, that is the origin point. Okay. Next, they had taken the distance of 1 centimeter. Then next here 2 centimeter will be there. Here also -1, -2 and so on. Now we want to show the number root 3 and root 2 on number line. So what we have to do? Look, if we will take the distance here 0 to 1 means this is 1 unit, 1 centimeter. Okay. On a number line, OA is equal to 1 unit, means this distance is 1 unit. Point B, which is left to point O at a distance of 1 unit. So it is -1 unit. Coordinate of point B is -1. Coordinate of point P is root 2 and its opposite number is -√2. It's shown by the point C. The coordinate of point C is -√2. Similarly, opposite of root 3 is -√3, which is the coordinate of point D. Now look here, just they given the points root 2, root 3. How to draw that I will tell you. What you have to do here, you have to take the distance 1 unit in your compass. Okay, this why? Because 0 O to A distance is 1 unit. So first of all, you have to draw the perpendicular from point A. Then take the 1 unit distance in your compass and draw the arc passing through the ray. Okay, or whatever perpendicular you will draw from point A. Now next is take the distance. You have to join the points. Here I will write the point A and A dash. Now take the distance O to A dash in your compass and draw the arc whose center is A dash. Then there you will get the point. That point is known as root 2. Same way you have to draw again from root 2 perpendicular. Then take the distance, this distance in your compass and draw the arc. You will get root 3. Same way you will get -√2 and -√3 on left side of the 0. Okay. Now let us learn about irrational and real numbers. You know that real numbers means the group of rational number and irrational number together known as real numbers. Here root 2 is irrational number because this number is non-terminating and non-recurring. So it is a irrational number. Okay. Now root 2 is irrational number. This can be proved using the indirect proof. You know it. What is meant by indirect proof? In indirect proof, we are assuming something, whatever given in your statement. that thing, it should be wrong. And then by contradiction, we are proving that thing is right. So here, let us assume that root 2 is not irrational numbers. Irrational number means it is a rational number. So let us assume that root 2 is rational number. Means if root 2 is rational number, then rational number is in the form p upon q or m upon n. Means it is in the fraction form. And here condition is denominator should not be 0. This number we can write in the form of fraction or in the form of p upon q. Now p upon q is reduced form of rational number. Hence p and q have no common factor other than 1. Okay. Means in p and q you will get the same common factor, that is 1. Now we assumed that root 2 is rational. So we will take root 2 is equal to p upon q. Okay. We will square these numbers. Then root 2 square is 2. P square and q square. Just I will shift this denominator left side. Then 2q square is equal to p square. Here p square is even. P square is even. Therefore p is also even. Means 2 is a factor of p. Now p is equal to 2t. Means p square is equal to 4t square. T belongs to I. I means the group of integers. Means negative, so on, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3 and so on. Okay. Now 2q square is equal to 4t square. Means p square is equal to 2q square. Q square is equal to 2t square. Means q square also it will be even. Now look here, p and q both are even. Therefore 2 is a factor of q. Upside we proved that p is also factor of 2 and here 2 is also factor of q. So from 1 and 2, what can you say? From 1 and 2, 2 is a common factor of p and q both. This is contradictory because in p upon q, we have assumed that p and q have no common factor except 1. But we found here 2 is a factor of p and q. So it is contradiction of our assumption. What is our assumption? Our assumption is root 2 is a rational number. That is wrong. Means root 2 is which type of number? Irrational number. Similarly, one can prove root 3, root 5 are irrational numbers. Just only in the place of 2, you have to take 3. Okay. In the place of 2, you have to take 5. And prove these numbers are irrational numbers. The numbers which are expressed by points on a number line are real numbers. In a nutshell, every point on a number line is associated with a unique real number, and every real number is associated with a unique point on the number line. We know that every rational number is a real number, but root 2, root 3, negative root 2, pi, 3 plus root 2, etc. are not irrational, are irrational numbers, are not rational numbers. It means that every real number may not be a rational number. Now look, next they given the decimal form of irrational numbers. This is the First they given the square root of 2 and square root of 3. They found. You can see in your book, page number 23. Here you will get the division method to find the decimal form of irrational numbers. Already this method you have studied in previous standards. Okay. So here if you will see, then root 2's value is 1.41421 and so on. Means this number is non-terminating and non-recurring. Same way root 3's value also 1.732 and so on. Note that in the above division, numbers after decimal point are unending, means it is non-terminating. Even no group of numbers or a single number is repeating in its quotient. So, decimal expansion of such numbers is non-terminating or non-recurring. Therefore, root 2, root 3 are irrational numbers. Hence, 1.4142 and 1.732 are irrational numbers too, because these numbers are also non-terminating and non-recurring. Moreover, a number whose decimal expansion is non-terminating and non-recurring is irrational. Means if you will find the quotient of any number and you will get this decimal expansion is non-terminating and non-recurring, then the number is irrational number. Now in your book they given one activity that has been reduced from your syllabus. Now we will go to next activity, that is activity number 2. To find the appropriate value of pi, take the wire of length 11 cm, 22 cm and 33 cm each. Make a circle from the wire. Measure the diameter and complete the following table. They had given you the circumference. You have to find the diameter and the ratio to C upon D. We will see one example. Look here. You know that the formula to find circumference C is equal to 2 pi r, or C is equal to pi d. Here we want to find the ratio of C to D, so we will use the second one formula. So C is equal to pi d. Here they say that make a circle from the wire, measure the diameter and complete the following table. Okay. Then here to find appropriate value of pi, means we want to find the value of pi. So look, we have taken C is equal to pi d. Now value of C is given 11. So 11 is equal to pi, we will write as it is into D length 11, 22 and 33. Measure the diameter and complete the following table. Pi into D. So pi's value we want to find the verification, but you know that pi is equal to 22 upon 7. So we'll write here the value is 22 upon 7 multiplied by D. Okay. Then D is equal to, what will come here? 11 into 7 upon 11 into 7 upon 22. Okay. This way you can get the value of D, diameter. We want to take the ratio of C to D. Now C is 11. I will write here ratio. C is 11, or wait a minute, first of all I will make the place only for solving this example, because like this way you are not understanding. So again I will write here this example and I will show you how to solve this example. Okay, now we'll take here C is equal to pi d. They given C as 11. 11 is equal to pi. You know that pi is 22 upon 7 into d. Okay. Now we want to find the value of d because we want the ratio of d. So d is equal to just 7. It will go up and 22 will come down. Now we will see here the ratio of C upon D. Here C's value is 11. D's value is 11 multiplied by 7 upon 22. So here 22 will go up. So here what will you get? 22 upon. Or okay, I will write 11 also. Then next step we will see, and this 11 multiplied by 7. 11 both will cancel with each other. Then the ratio of C upon D is equal to 22 upon 7. It is nothing but the value of pi. Do you understand this? How to verify the ratio of circumference to the diameter of a circle? Approximately it will come 22 upon 7. Okay. Now we will go to the next point. Same way you have to find the values for circumference 22 centimeter and 33 centimeter. Now ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter is constant number, which is irrational. This constant number is represented by the symbol pi. So the approximate value of pi is 22 upon 7 or 3.14. The great Indian mathematician Aryabhatta in 499 CE has calculated the value of pi as 62,832 upon 20,000 is equal to 3.1416. We know that root 3 is an irrational number because its decimal expansion is non-terminating and non-recurring. Now let us see whether 2 plus root 3 is irrational or not. Now again same thing we will do. Let us assume that 2 plus root 3 is not an irrational number. Same thing we did here for proving root 2 is an irrational number. Same way we will solve this example 2 plus root 3 by indirect proof method. Let us assume that 2 plus root 3 is not an irrational number. If 2 plus root 3 is rational, then 2 plus root 3 we can write in the form P upon Q. Then we get root 3 is equal to here what they did, just this 2 they shifted which side? Right side. So here 2's value is positive, so it became negative 2. In this equation left side is an irrational number, means here look, root 3 is an irrational number and right side is rational number, which is contradictory. That's why 2 plus root 3 is not a rational number, but it is an irrational number. Okay, do you understand this? Similarly, it can be proved that 2 root 3 is irrational. The sum of two irrational numbers can be rational or irrational. Let us verify it for different numbers. Now we will see. Here they given the example 2 plus root 3 plus in bracket minus root 3. Now look here, you can see here, here plus root 3 and minus root 3, it will cancel with each other, and what will remain? 2. Okay. Now next they given 4 root 5 divided by root 5. Means like this way also you can write it, 4 root 5 upon root 5, root 5, root 5 cancel, and what remain? 4. Next they given 3 plus root 5 minus root 5. Now look, root 5 minus root 5, it will become cancel. What will you get? 3. Same way, if you will see the next example, we will see that is 2 root 3 into root 3. Now look here, in between 2 and root 3, which sign is there? Multiplication. Okay. Now root 3 into root 3 means 3. So 2 3s are 6. So your answer is 6. Okay. Now next is root 2 into root 5. Here both are irrational numbers. So you can write in one square root sign. So 2 into 5 is equal to root 10. Now last example they given, that is 2 root 5 minus root 5. Then here coefficient is not, any coefficient is not there, then we have to consider the coefficient as 1. Okay. Then how to solve this? 2 minus 1 root 5 is common in that. So 1 root 5, 1. If you will write the also no problem. If you will not write the also not problem. So here answer came root 5. Okay. Now remember this. Properties of irrational numbers. Addition or subtraction for a rational number with irrational number is an irrational number. Okay. Then second one property they given, that is multiplication or division of non-zero rational number with irrational number is also an irrational number. Look, here for first property we can consider the example. Which example? 2 root 5. Here we got the irrational number. For second property we can consider this example. Then next is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of two irrational numbers can be either irrational or irrational number. Okay. For that you can consider the questions. This, look here 2, here answer 4, here 3. These all are rational numbers. Okay. Now we will go to the next point. Let us learn. We will see the properties of order relation on real numbers. These are simple properties. If we will consider the real numbers a and b, then only one of the relation holds good. Means maybe a is equal to b, or a is less than b, or a is greater than b. These three possibilities can occur. Now second property is, if a is less than b and b is less than c. Look here. What they given? A is less than b as well as b is less than c. Then a is always less than c. For that we will take the example. Look here. A is less than b. 2 is less than 3. Then 3 is less than 4. Then 2 is also less than 4. Okay. Do you understand this? Now next property they given, that is third one. If a is less than b, then a plus c is also less than b plus c. Now we will take the number 4 is less than 6. Then we will add 4 plus 1 is always less than 6 plus 1. Okay. Because 4 plus 1 means 5. 5 is less than 6 plus 1 means 7. So third property we proved. If a is less than b, then a plus c is also less than b plus c. Now we'll see the fourth property, that is, if A is less than B and C is greater than 0, then A into C is less than B into C. First property just we'll see. Suppose 2 is less than 3. And C is greater than 0. C is greater than 0 means you can take any value from 1, 2, 3 and so on. You should not take any negative value. C is greater than 0. So we will take C is equal to 5. Any number you can take it. Now we will see AC and BC's value. Now here AC what will come? 5 2s are 10. And BC's value 5 3s are 15. So AC is less than BC. Do you understand this first property? Now if we will see the second one, that is, if C is less than 0, means C is equal to, we can take any negative value. I will take negative 3, less than 0. Then AC is greater than BC. Now we will take A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 2. Any value we can take. Now we will see here. Look here. A into C. Answer came negative 12. And B into C. Negative 6. Then which number is greater here? BC. Look, here we have to show AC is greater than BC. But keep in mind, here they given the condition A is less than B. But whatever I had taken there, A is greater than B. Then this condition will be occur. Now we will see if your A is less than B. So we will take A's value 5 and B's value 7. Okay. And C's value negative 2. Now what is the value of AC? Negative 10. And BC, it is negative 14. Then which number is greater in between these? Negative 10. So we proved AC is greater than BC. Okay. Now next point is square root of a negative number. We know that if square root of a is equal to b, then b square is equal to a. Means if we take we'll square both the sides, means root a square is equal to b square. Root a means root a into root a. Means it will come out from the bracket. Means you will get here a is equal to b square. So root 5 square means 5. Okay. Similarly, we know that square of any real number is always non-negative. Means it is always positive. It means that square of any real number is never negative. But negative square we will see. Negative in square root sign, negative 5. Bracket square. Then here it will come negative 5. Therefore, square root of negative 5 is not a real number. Hence, square root of a negative real number is not a real number. Keep in mind. Okay. The answer of negative 5. Their negative will not become positive. Is negative 5 only. So, it is not the real number. So, square root of negative real number is not a real number. From this all information, you have to solve practice set 2.2. Tomorrow or next video, you'll see the root of positive rational numbers, surds, and information about all properties, all operations on surds. Till that time, thank you and bye. Pause.